King Fahd Academy in Acton, West London. Around 600 children aged 5 to 18 attend this private school, which, like all others in the independent sector, is regulated by Ofsted. It's received more than £4 million from the Saudi royal family each year. Many pupils are from Saudi families. A couple are the children of radical clerics Abu Qatada and Abu Hamza, though the parents we spoke with today supported a far more moderate version of Islam. The allegations about extreme statements in Arabic religious studies lessons emerged when a British Muslim teacher started a case for unfair dismissal, accusing the school of institutional racism. This controversy centres on the alleged use of textbooks from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from the Ministry of Education. The lawyer handling the tribunal case has shown us some extracts, and if indeed they have been used at this school, it would amount to a very serious situation indeed. Give examples of worthless religions, the textbooks allegedly say, such as Judaism, Christianity, idol worship and others. Explain that those who die without adhering to Islam will go to hellfire.
So this is the year one book.
Lawrence Davis is preparing an industrial tribunal case for the dismissed teacher who claims that he was made to suffer after blowing the whistle on cheating in examinations, something the school denies. The teacher alleges he faced discrimination because he was a non-Saudi. He says after he left, 2 teaching sources contacted him about the Arabic textbooks and one passed him the hard copies.
Oh, the material in the books is horrific. It's obviously of a racist nature. You have to understand that these books are dated 2005 and 2006. They're produced by the Saudi Ministry of Education. This is a Saudi faith school. It's funded by the Saudi government.
What if the school turn around and say, look, we weren't teaching this as part of the curriculum?
Well, our client source says that the books were taught in the last academic year, which is 2005 to 2006, and they're still currently being used at the school.
On page 30 of a textbook dated 2005 to 2006, allegedly used to teach Year 1 students theology and Islamic jurisprudence, the Saudi Ministry of Education suggests a brain teaser for the children to promote discussion. Fill in the following space as appropriate with the following words: Islam and hellfire. Every religion other than ... is worthless. Well, Islam seems to fit there. The test proceeds. Whomsoever dies outside of Islam enters ... Well, hellfire seems the correct response there. In another book for 12 and 13-year-olds from 2004 to 2005, there's discussion about Islam's stance on other religions. In lesson 14, the author looks at the meaning of a Quranic verse, which talks of turning people into monkeys and pigs. The author says it's talking about Jews and Christians. They are the Jewish observers of Saturdays, whose youth God transformed into monkeys and their elders into pigs as their punishment. This is based on the work of the early Islamic scholar Ibn Abbas, who the textbook author quotes as saying, "The monkeys are the Jews, and the pigs, they are the Christian infidels at Jesus' table." This is not the first time allegations have been levelled against Saudi scholars for promoting religious hatred in textbooks. Last summer, an American campaign group said the Saudi government promised to rewrite sections of the books after similar accusations had been made. The school angrily denied the allegations from their former teacher today. The allegations made by a disgruntled employee are grossly offensive, highly inflammatory and entirely false and without foundation. The Academy denies all the allegations and wishes to stress in particular that it's not a racist institution, does not provide books portraying Jews or Christians in a derogatory manner whatsoever, does not promote any anti-Western views and actively condemns extremism, intolerance and discrimination. Ofsted told Newsnight that its inspection team included a Muslim Arabic speaker, but that not all textbooks would be examined.
Well, we're joined now by the director of the King Fahd Academy, Dr. Sumaya Al-Yusuf, and by Louise Ellman MP, who's the chair of the Jewish Labour Movement. What is your school doing allowing racist nonsense like this inside?
I seriously think that these are allegations that are dangerous and serious to both staff and students.
Sure. So you don't recognise these books?
Yes, I do recognise these books, of course.
And they come from your school, don't they?
We have these books in our school, but they are not taught currently. We teach a different curriculum. We teach an international curriculum.
Well, what are these books doing inside your school?
These books are, the Saudi curriculum is phased out. We teach the Saudi curriculum at the high school level. These books have good chapters that can be used by the teachers. It depends on the objective that the teacher wants to achieve.
Sure.
Then
These books, as you know, contain references to Jews as monkeys and Christians as pigs.
I don't think so. I
Well,
think
they do. We've
that
had them independently translated by 2 independent scholars.
interpretations is different than translations. I think they were verses that were taken from the Quran, and they have to be read in Arabic to be
Sure.
understood properly.
I assure you, they are translations, direct translations, monkeys and pigs.
I have read the translations that was sent to me by BBC, and they are not similar to the verse that came from the
What would your
Quran.
translation be?
Actually, the verse was taken out of context, and the verse refers to a story.
Sure.
And it has
What
to
is
be
your
read in its
translation of the
form.
words? Instead of monkeys and pigs, what's your translation?
Of
Of the words which we translate, our independent scholars translate as monkeys and pigs.
no, the story. You have to read the whole story. You have to know the whole story to really understand the
Right.
verse. And I think if a verse is taken out of context, then it loses some of its meaning.
Louise, discipline any teacher who had used this teaching material?
Of course, I would. The King Fahd Academy promotes interculturalism, interfaith awareness. I personally participate in interfaith forums in London.
Well, you can participate in interfaith forums, but if your children are being taught that Christians are pigs and Jews are monkeys, it rather makes a nonsense of it, doesn't it?
I deny that, and I monitor what is taught in the classroom.
Every class?
I monitor, I have developed the curriculum myself, and the objectives of the Islamic studies are very clear.
You repudiate those views.
Sorry?
You repudiate those views. You repudiate the view that anyone who doesn't practice Islam will suffer hellfire. You repudiate that, do you?
We don't teach that. We teach
No.
tolerance.
Oh, but-
We teach Islam. I mean, it is important for our students to assert their identity, but
Sure. Look, these are platitudes, with respect. I'm asking you, you were given a direct quotation from one of these books earlier, in which it was asserted that those who do not follow Islam will perish in hellfire. And you're now saying that you
We don't
promote
teach.
tolerance and respect for all religions.
of course.
King, and it shouldn't be happening, and it needs to be stopped.
Will you now remove this nonsense from the Saudi Ministry of Education from your school?
Can I just reiterate what I said earlier? There are chapters from these books that are used and that will serve our objectives, but we do not teach hatred towards Judaism or Christianity.
Yes, but you know what
On the
you know what's
contrary.
contained in these books. You
No.
accept what's contained in these books. I'm asking you, will you now withdraw them from the school?
No, I just...
You won't.
I said that this... the text that was taken out of context,
Yes.
the verse was taken out of context and misinterpreted. We would never
Do I take
teach
it that you, even after this, you will not withdraw these books from use in the school?
I just said that what was interpreted is different than the verse that came from the Quran itself.
So I can ask you a very straight question. Will you now withdraw these books from use in the school?
I can't withdraw them because they are a source and there is good chapters in them.
Cannot withdraw them.
Because they are good chapters
that
in
is-
them
that
that
is
could be used.
unacceptable.
But
And-
we are not. Can I please finish? We do not teach anything against Judaism, Jews,
Well,
or
the audience will make
Christians.
their own mind up about what you've just said.